Hey guys, Dan from World of Mr. Great back once again with debunking ghost videos with logic. As always, go to this time here to go to the first clip of the video. I haven't gone too deep into these ones. I'm just using my deductive, if that's the word, mind to call the bullshittery out of the videos that follow. The last clip in this video, mind, I might actually get some shit for. Because he's a likeable guy, he's a likeable YouTuber, but I'm just pointing out what I see. Yeah, and he has a big army of followers that they like him. I've watched a couple of his channels, he does, a couple of his videos. He does seem like a very nice guy. But I'm just pointing it out, that's all I'm doing. Don't hate me. All these clips I show, by the way, I'm going to link them in the description below. This list was comprised from Nuke's top 5 once again. I like the channel, and there's a lot of stuff on there. But anyway, let's go have a look. Right, the first one, it's about a security guard who he's a security guard in a graveyard, a cemetery, and there's another video where he looks around the cemetery at night, and you see little kids or something standing to the right, and he sees things or hears things. And I think it's just someone walking around doing stuff for him. But in this one, now he's calling out, and the girl answers back.
Yeah, but listen, you gotta get out of here. You're gonna have to come talk to me, okay? Where you at? I can't see you.
The girl doesn't ask any coherent questions in relation to what he's saying or whatsoever. Not only that, it's the most generic movie horror response you could ever hear. You hear these things in every single shitty, cheesy horror movie. And then in this part, he's at night now, roaming around the same cemetery, and he pans across and you see a black figure going to the left. Now, he doesn't react to that, and he quickly points to the right, and I think the only reason he doesn't is because it was his mate who's going around making all these lights switch off and bangs and whatever and stuff. Because the shadow which goes to the left, if you notice, he's holding a mobile phone or a camera or something, so there's something lit up in his hand. You know, unless ghosts are suddenly Snapchatting everything they do just to prank ghost hunters, I don't think that's a ghost. And it's said in the video that he does these, or used to. I think his channel's gone now, I can't remember, but he does those live. You know, so how can you fake it? Well, like I said, you have someone go in front of you, do various things. You know, get ready for when you come around the corner. It's easy. It's easy. So I call bollocks on that one. Right, this next one is from another set of ghost hunters, and they're doing an EVP session or something with some technology, and in the background you see something walk past. I got a problem with all these shadow people things you always see in these videos. They're either just walking past in the background for no reason whatsoever. They're usually wearing a hoodie. In this case, it looks like he's wearing a black hoodie with black skinny tracksuit bottoms. He's just skulking in the background. My problem with the shadow people you all see in these videos. Why do they just peek out, peek back in? You see a lot of that, and it's so stupid. If it was a ghost, would they need to hide behind something physical? You know, my understanding, ghosts can pretty much flit in and out of anything they want to, as far as I can tell. But these shadow people you always see, they're always physical. They're always physically there. And they always... it's so funny to me. And they always, bob in and out as if to say, beep boop. It's so stupid. And I'm not saying these explorers here, I can't remember their names, I'll link in the description, but I'm not saying they faked that. Maybe they did, I don't know, but there's definitely someone physically there. It wasn't a ghost, you know. Because he's wearing skinny jeans, for Christ's sake. Right, this next one is a ghost hunter from Japan called Emax. And I've seen a couple of his videos. They're very suspect, if you ask me. Very suspect. And in this one, he sees a hand come around the corner. And then runs away. And then goes back to check. And in the video, Nuke's top 5 himself says he sees a hand come around the corner. Then he goes and checks. There's nothing there. Well, he ran away. Gave whoever's behind there time to get out of the way. And then went back to check. Simple. And then further in the video, as he looks back to leave the house, he sees a face behind the door. First time he doesn't see it, then he looks back, oh, and you know, he says, oh, this can't be real. Now, I'm not saying that's someone he has brought along with him, and he's the one who's putting his hand behind it and creating the little bangs here and there. I'm not saying that at all. Well, I am saying that, sorry. I am exactly saying that. It's exactly what it is. He's brought his mate along, a family member, and his mate was probably peeking around the door just to check if he's left yet, so he can go further, and didn't not realising the camera's looking right at him. Come on now. I mean, I keep saying I'm not debunking ghosts. I've never seen any evidence of them, but 99.9% of these videos are utter bollocks, and you have to point them out. God. This next one then is from a Chinese ghost hunters. Now, bear in mind they call themselves ghost hunters. I've linked their channel. It's Chinese. I don't know what the equivalent of YouTube is over there, but it's that. I have linked it. I've no idea if it's gonna steal your data. It is a Chinese website after all. But anyway, a lot of all their videos are pretty much like this, and this video is hilarious, and I think it's deliberately like this because you got the one ghost hunter who's deadly serious, and you got his mate then, the other ghost hunter, who's the comic relief. And it goes like this for the entire video. This where, you know, his comic relief guy, he says he sees something, and the other one is like, don't stop bullshitting, just stop bullshitting, you're lying. Now, first of all, if you're both gonna go ghost hunting, why would you not believe the other person when he says he sees something? You're there to try and capture something, so why would you say, bullshit, you're lying? You're both there to try and capture something. You know, so that's one thing. And if you watch honestly, the video is hilarious. If you watch it, you got the guy screaming and shouting at his mate. It's I've seen films like this, Chinese films. This is the kind of comedic humor you get in Chinese films, like Kung Fu Hustle is a good example. You got the serious main lead guy, and you got his idiot friend, who's the comic relief part. Oh, they're both funny, and I think that film's brilliant. But that's pretty much what this video plays out like. His idiot friend keeps seeing... I'm calling him an idiot because that's the way he's portraying himself. But his idiot comic relief guy keeps seeing something and the other guy doesn't believe him. It plays out exactly like a comedy movie. Plays exactly like a comedy horror, comedy Chinese movie. And I think it's brilliant. I think it's utter bollocks, but I do think it's brilliant. And I'm going to be watching a lot of their videos. Unfortunately, this was translated by someone. Their videos have no subtitles. So unless someone translates all their videos, there's probably only a few you can watch. But honestly, I think they're brilliant. And that's a bullshit. Right, this next one. This is going to be a controversial one because when I started looking into this, someone suggested, have you ever seen Michael D. McGee? And when I looked him up, I thought, oh yeah, I have seen one of his videos a couple of years back. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was one of his Connect ones. So I thought I'll give it a look. And immediately I started spotting stuff. But then, as I was editing this part to point out the stuff stuff I can see, I started looking up other people who've sort of not gone up against him or something, but like who've sort of pointed things out, like the shoestring video. I'm not gonna go into that, but if you want to look it up, Michael D. McGee, shoestring disappears. You know, the people who've done those videos got a lot of shit off his fans. So I was hesitant to put this one out first, but bugger it. I'm gonna point him out. I'm gonna point him out. I'm just pointing him out. But anyway, I've picked 2 videos off his channel so far. There's more. There's definitely more, but one of them, he lays a basket of apples on the floor and then it immediately moves. So I took it into some editing software, looked about, went frame by frame, like I always do with these videos, with the ones where I think is a bit of trickery anyway, not the ones which is just acted out. But there's 2 things I can see in this one. One is there's artifacting on one of the boards when the apples get closer, and you can see it. And I've put into a negative filter as well, so you can see it better and on the side. But you can see a wobble. Now that to me, it says it's masking something else. I don't, piece of string maybe, I don't know, but it's definitely masking something out. There's also, and I can't quite point it out as I've tried pointing it out, but just before the apples move, a shadow slowly appears close to the door, to the front door, where I've tried to track it and I've exaggerated the shadow. But it definitely appears, and it's almost, the shadow almost like, it's like somebody was there and they got masked out. That's what I can see anyway. And that's, you know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's my alternative opinion to what happened in that clip myself. And the next one of his is one of his earlier videos. Whenever I look at a video and I think maybe that's done this way, maybe that's done that way, I go to their channel, and a good way of finding out is looking at their earlier videos, because their earlier videos, they might know of some skills of like masking things out, doing mats, rotoscoping, but they're not quite as good as their newer videos, obviously, because, you know, they've had a couple of years to hone their skills. So I always make it a point to go look at their older videos first to see if there's any trickery, and there's definitely one in this one where he's upstairs, he hears something run upstairs, and then he opens the door and a shadow runs past the door. Now I immediately thought that shadow was bollocks straight away. You know, you can tell it's just a visual effect. It's I don't know, like maybe a shadow PNG file put into the editing software and just transitioned in and tracked to make it appear in the gap of the door. Now bear in mind, this shadow is supposed to be right behind that door, going past really fast. I've highlighted them on the sides of the doors, on the door and the frame, sorry. None of the light changes when that happens at all. Now you could say, well, it's a ghost, why would it cast a shadow on the frame? Well, it must be, it has to have some physicality, because it dims the background. Say for example it was like a black mist there. It'd block out the background, but you would still, you know, from the window in the bedroom, you'd still see some light blockage, if that's the term, on the frames in front of the mist, you know? And I know it's only like a split second it goes past, but I've highlighted that, you know, I took that part out where if you can see it without something, you can see there's no light change. You know, it's a basic visual effect, to be honest. It's very basic, very simple to do. Something you can do in probably like 15 minutes. I'm not saying he doesn't capture ghosts. I'm not saying maybe he does, but I'm just saying some of his earlier stuff looks suspect to me. And he's a very likable guy. I know. He's someone I'd be happy to go for a pint with, But I'm just saying, I'm pointing out stuff which I can see which have been altered, and that's all I ever do. Well, that was a fairly long one, but that was my observations of some clips from Nuke Tops 5, debunking ghost videos and the paranormal with logic. I hope you've enjoyed. I'm sure you will. Let me know down in the comments what you think of that. But yeah, like I always say, I'm not debunking ghosts. I'm just debunking the videos that people put up reported to be ghosts. And yeah, that's really all I do. Leave a suggestion in the comments if there's some video you think you want me to have a look at, so I can go deep into. There are some, don't get me wrong, there are some videos out there which are undebunkable, if that's a word. Not because they're so real, it's because you have no original footage and is a certain area which is filmed. You can't rule out someone being behind something there or there or there because there's just that viewpoint. So those ones, unfortunately, just can't be debunked. You need a bit more than that just to go, deep into the videos. But anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be back again next Sunday with another list of some sorts to try and see if we can see some bullshittery. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.